Cool. We're back with the One Inch podcast. This time with Sergej Kunz, co-founder. Needs no introduction, I'm sure. This podcast, we're going to talk a little bit about One Inch this year and then focus on Aqua, our new protocol. We have a lot of questions to answer. A lot of people have been inquiring about it. So we want to put the record straight, tell you what it is, tell you what it can do, and give a bit more background. But first, I'll zoom out a little bit, Sergej. The last time you were sat here with a guest, it was with Lily from Solana Foundation. This was to announce the Solana coming into our cross-chain universe and connecting it with the EVM chains. This is a major thing. And for most companies, this would have been the biggest thing they do in the year. But we rebranded, we launched oneinch.com. We relaunched with a new design, our One Inch Business, our API suite. And now you just announced Aqua at DevConnect. How are you not falling asleep every day? And how is the team at One Inch executing all of this?
Yeah, I'm very proud about our team. I'm very proud to be able to work with such a team what delivers 5 huge things in a year. You see, we are moving much faster than everyone else in the market. This is the space. The space is moving very fast. You need to be fast, but still with good quality. So people are still safe by using this product. Some of these releases were surgical releases in terms of like rebranding. For example, it was already a topic 2 years ago, but we needed time to also to understand what is our mission and where we want to go. And here we choose to enable any business with Web3. We removed all the noise with the unicorn and the rainbows and the flashes and focused on what we are doing great, that we offer the best SaaS service. We also polished a little bit the UX UI, so it becomes more easier. It's different now. I got a lot of feedback that people actually struggle a little bit. And after I showed someone, like here, it's actually not 3 clicks, it's actually 2 clicks. And they said, oh, wow, I didn't recognize that. We're still working on kind of improving the user experience for all the services we offer. We had nice announcements also with Ledger, integration in like multi-sig. The last release, Aqua, it's not just like what most of the people think. It's just another DEX. It's not even a DEX. It's a protocol in the form of a layered, where any developer can build on DEX in just 10 lines of code by inventing maybe one super special source mathematical formula what extract the most value from the volume. So, and I can easily jump into the space and already get volumes instead of just building a huge amount of smart contracts and try to get the community together. So we just offer a foundation where the whole DeFi space can build on top of it.
And so obviously the liquidity provision space is not a new space. There's existing incumbent companies, projects, been doing it for a while. Why did you decide not to follow that sort of locked liquidity route, and how come Aqua came about? Is it about to break that system and completely change that system that everyone understands?
So the original idea with the kind of shared liquidity approach, how Aqua works, came actually already when we released our limit orders. I think it was 2021. I'm not really sure, but could be beginning of 2021. I understood, okay, we can offer people to create orders that they sell on specific price, but it can be more flexible. So kind of with our hooks. And we had already some prototypes in the next years where we played around with, range order. So you start selling on a current price until maybe if it's 4,000, so you will sell it in time. But the setup was more complex. So we have a hook system in the limit order protocol, but it was not super flexible. It's difficult actually for developers. So Anton came to idea, actually, we can build a new kind of architecture, what reduce the complexity, and use same idea with, you don't have to lock your assets. Like with our limit orders, assets are only locked. They're not locked. And as soon as someone wants to take it, you have an already open order, someone can just use this protocol and the protocol will transfer funds and it's fully automatic and you get what you expected. Here, same approach that for providing liquidity, you don't need to split your assets from your wallet into different pools, what you do right now in Uniswap, Balance, Curve, and other protocols. So you don't have to lock the assets. If you have even tokens what have additional utility, like for governance, when you put such assets into a liquidity pool to earn on that, on the volumes of this token to maybe USDC, you cannot participate in the DAO, right? So they're locked. You can create virtual pools. It's kind of virtual positions where all your assets are not locked anywhere, but sitting on your wallet. And any wallet is supported, like UAE wallet or smart contract wallet. Then you have higher liquidity, higher utilization. If you compare to the traditional pools, if you look in the statistics, 83 to 95% of the liquidity sits idle in the pool, so it's not utilized. We solved this problem with shared liquidity approach. This is something new, something what is very simple. Solve biggest problem in DeFi space that we let the liquidity, the money, what is in DeFi work much more efficient and grow the space much faster.
And you mentioned nobody has done it before, but it's a relatively kind of, when you explain it like that, it sounds so obvious that why hasn't anyone done this before? It's if so much money and so many funds are sitting idle, the efficiency of the DeFi more broadly is terrible. So why did nobody try to solve this?
So Uniswap tried to solve it with their concentrated liquidity. Liquidity not just completely sits idle like in Uniswap V2 and V1. We already have full range, so your liquidity is just distributed to the full range of prices you can get. They introduced the concentrated liquidity, but a lot of users struggle to set the right ranges, and then you need to also close your positions. So it's still locked, it's still not shared. So if you have 100 Ethereum, you need to split among 4 different pools. So you cannot really earn the real amount you can earn when you just have virtual pools. So there were some attempts, I would say, from different companies, but they didn't came to the idea, okay, just let the assets not be in a smart contract custody, because it prevents you to reuse it. Yeah. You have scenarios where you can even lend in the money market like Aave above these collateral tokens, what you get, THUSDC, for example. You can create virtual positions, and the takers, aggregators, arbiters, traders can unpack and pack the collateral tokens how they need it, and you just generate yield, and you get additional trading fees on that. It's really incredible, and no one came to this approach. And I think there's much more to discover. But sometimes, what I have also seen in the projects, different projects, people don't see the forest because of the trees. Sometimes like that. Sometimes someone needs to come to this idea, like Anton.
When you give the solution, the question is not always asked, because we already have something that works, even though it doesn't work well. And like when someone points out the inefficiencies, it becomes obvious. But yeah, so for someone who is currently a liquidity provider and has been for many years, and maybe already has strategies set up and they're comfortable, what would be your pitch, your sort of elevator pitch to them to move their funds across and look at Aqua seriously?
So Aqua and the strategists make higher utilization of the assets compared to any index existing out there. So higher utilization means higher fees. With each additional strategy on each specific pair gives you higher capital efficiency of your liquidity. The statement would be used, we have unlimited capital efficiency. It is really like that. It's linearly growing with amount of pairs you create.
And so right now you've announced it for you announced it at DevConnect for developers to build on top, to optimize. What were you hoping to see come out of this sort of couple of month period where it's available for people to test, to try different strategies, to build different solutions on top? What are you hoping to see, and have you already started to see some of that from the hackathon that was in Argentina?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of different ideas. Some of them I like very much. One of the ideas was flash loan. So someone who has maybe 100 Ethereum So this person is maybe okay to give it for one transaction away and get maybe 10 bips of it, so 0.1%, like 0.1 Ethereum, for just giving that away for one single transaction, and you get it for free back. So you can just hodl Ethereum and earn additionally on top of it. It's also a really nice thing. So it's not a complex thing. It's very, very simple implementation. I think not more than 10 lines of code as well.
And have you had any of the current players in the game, the current incumbents, Uniswap and others, have they been reaching out to you trying to figure out how this will impact their sort of model? I know that you always sort of push a competition narrative. You're happy for competition. You think this sort of rising tide will rise all ships. So have they reached out to you? What are they asking, and how do you think you can work with them in the future?
Yeah, this is the biggest problem and the biggest elephant in the room, I would say, in DeFi space. Everyone see everyone else as enemy and strong competitor. Our message was, we don't see anyone as a competitor, but as a partner. And we empower everyone to build on strategies. We reach out to Uniswap, to Curve, to Balancer, and ask for feedback, for ideas, for participation. And it's really like that they see us as enemies, and actually no questions came, no reaction came, except like we'll look into it, but no follow-ups. It's not even competition to index. It's just a middle layer where what allows those bigger companies and even other developers who are built on strategies to compete not on TVL level. Uniswap is sitting on a lot of money, and this money, 83 to 95% of this money doesn't work for their users, and they could compete on efficiency level instead of TVL level. They could just make on strategy what generates most value for the liquidity provider. Instead of that, Uniswap introducing fee switch to extract value from the trust of the users who provided liquidity to the protocol, that they will make good amount of money and the liquidity would work properly. But at the end, we have 83 to 95% of liquidity sitting idle, not working, and even liquidity provider need to pay to Uniswap. It's not efficient, and they misuse own position as a project, and just extract value from their own customers and own community. It shouldn't be like that. It should be on a strategy level, and then if Uniswap Lab charge or Uniswap DAO charge fees on the strategy, then if the strategy is less efficient, and another strategy will make more money for the users, and people can even have Uniswap, Curve, Balancer in parallel. So the strategies compete between each other, and you get more from the best one. And just how it should be in DeFi.
Yeah, I mean, traditionally that lasts for a certain amount of time, but eventually when the user's eyes are open and there's that sort of come to Jesus moment, and someone releases something and you see, wait, this is broken, this isn't working, then people sooner or later they will recognize there's something else what is better, and they will use what is better. It's already happening. Uniswap introduced as well Jupiter under the hood, and say that they allow to swap among Solana tokens, but under the hood is Jupiter with closed source code, where no one understands what's actually happening under the hood. If there's maybe a backdoor and someone became greedy and can extract the whole value. So highly dangerous thing. That's why we have built our intent-based protocol, swap protocol for Solana, where no one needs to trust. The magic happens in Dutch auction. So who settle first get the assets first, and the user get at least what they expect. So as we look, we're coming to the end of the year. Hopefully you can get some rest over Christmas. It seems like it's been a busy year. What do you envision for Q1 when Aqua goes live, when general availability is clicked in Q1? What do you expect to see both from current users and for the wider DeFi sort of industry? Are you hoping for mass adoption moment? What type of users do you think will come first? And what are you hoping for?
I think we need to work on the narrative of shared liquidity and Aqua itself, and the different strategies. Our plan is to release in the Q1, start maybe with closed beta, like alpha beta release, and then collect enough information from people, how they like it, what they don't like, and also we need to be careful about the security and safety of the protocol. We have a solver network. They are professional market makers and arbitrage traders. They are they're passing through the compliance checks from Lineage Foundation and KYB checks in terms of security. So no bad actor can really come and try to extract value, even if there's a vulnerability. What can happen, what we have seen in Balancer, after 2 years they got hacked. So we can at least also ensure on this level that our professional market makers will not start hacking the users, right? So, and this allows us, this is only allowed through our kind of approach, what we doing already a long time, where we focus to build products and protocols on institutional grade level. So in this case, we will just maybe allow only our solver network to trade along the liquidity.
All right. Any final words? This is probably one of the last interviews this year, on the 1inch channel. Any final words to the fans, to the traders, to the 1inch people who've been following since 2019?
Yeah, thank you very much. It was a pleasure to work very hard for 1inch network to build all these little nice things and the rebranding for the whole network. We are now on a different level completely, and it was really nice, right? With less sleep this year, but we are really thankful for the community to stay with us, to also give us enough feedback what needs to be improved. So 160 people working around the globe for this project. I hope they can start to recover next year and stabilize the user experience, so everyone feel comfortable with what they see in the wallet, they see in the app, and hope also to see more developers to build on top of our product.
Cool. I think that's what we've got time for today. Thank you, Sergej. Check out Aqua, read the white paper, follow the news. There'll be more coming. And yeah, see you in 2026.